Hi everyone, I've got something a little bit different for you today. I've put together some really lovely Pilates exercises that are going to help you relax you, calm your mind and calm your body. Now I don't know about you, but sometimes if I'm feeling stressed or worried or anxious, the last thing I want to do is start to exercise. But with these exercises, it's really gorgeous because they're just so soothing, and the actual act of doing something, not sitting worrying, but doing something mindfully and with control and focusing on your breath can often just be the key that you need to help you relax and calm down. Okay, so they're going to be really, really gentle exercises. So all we need is our mat and a little cushion to support your head. You don't even need to wear Pilates or exercise clothes. You can do this wearing your work outfit or your jeans or whatever you wear at the weekend. And I'd just like you to come down onto the mat and lie down with your head supported by your cushion, your feet hip distance apart. Just get your weight going down evenly through the back of your head, the back of your rib cage and the back of your pelvis. And just start to rock forwards and backwards here, just imprinting your spine and then arching away. So a few really, really smooth, gentle rocks backwards and forwards. The lighting is gone because the sun's come out, so hopefully you can still see what I'm doing. And then set yourself up somewhere halfway in between. Okay, so just to start with, we're going to place our hands on our rib cage. And as you breathe in, I'd like you just to expand your rib cage underneath your hands. And breathe out and feel your rib cage close back down. So just take some really super deep breaths, filling your lungs as full of air as you can. And letting your jaw relax. And imagine that those breaths are going wide and deep into your torso. So you're not filling your tummy with air, you're filling your lungs and your rib cage. So really breathing wide and deeply, trying to get as much air as you can there, and then breathe out. Feel your shoulders relax, and on every single breath out, just let your head relax as well. So your jaw, your neck, your eyes. Try to release any frowning that's going on. And take a few more breaths in and out. This is just a deep lateral breath, and it's a really lovely way to focus your mind on your breathing. Get out of your head and just focus on the moment and what you're doing now. Good, we're going to do a couple more of these. And then we're going to come into some movement. So we're just going to start with a really lovely starfish. So lengthen your arms down beside your body. Make sure your feet and knees are still hip distance apart. As we go into our starfish, we're going to float one arm up and back as you slide the opposite leg away from you. So keep your heel on the floor. Try to slide your heel away in direct alignment with your hip and get your hand traveling over your shoulders. So we'll breathe in. And as you breathe out, slide back, lifting your arm up, sending your leg away, fully extending through your hip and your shoulder. And draw yourself back on the in-breath. So we're breathing out to slide, really reaching through your fingers and your toes. And come back. So we're adopting the same breathing as you just practiced. So your breath is going wide and deep into your rib cage. And you're trying to keep your hips and your torso as still as possible. So really reaching through. Have that length and energy going all the way from our fingers to our toes. Your gaze remains up, jaw relaxed and shoulders down. Breathing out again and coming back in. Super. Okay, we're going to do 2 more on each side. So again, just making sure that you move with precision. Focus on what you're doing. Just enjoy that feeling of movement at your shoulders and your hips. Good. Last one on each side here. And our final one, reaching up and back. And then coming back to your neutral start position. Take your arms slightly wider along the floor so they're out in a wide V, and then bring your knees and your feet together. Imagine you have a 20-pound note stuck between your knees and you really don't want to drop that down. So your gaze is still going up towards the ceiling. We're going to breathe in And as we breathe out, let's let our legs go to one side, peeling your foot off the floor, keeping your shoulders down, and just thinking about that rotation in your spine. Breathe in here, and then as you breathe out, engage your tummy muscles and start to draw yourself back in to your start position. Enjoy that twist at your waist. And we're going to go over to the other side. So we're going to do it really slowly. We breathe in, we breathe out to rotate to the side. Opposite shoulder remains down. Just think about whether you can go further on one side than the other. Breathing in here and breathing out. Engage your tummy muscles and start to draw yourself back through to your center position. Do a few more of these on each side. So we're getting our rotation and twist through our spine, and also giving our internal organs a little bit of a massage as well. This is really nice and soothing. It's getting your intestines working, getting that lovely twist through your spine as well. So it's going to be really nice to release tension here. And you can keep your shoulders down and just relax them here. Keep your jaw relaxed. Your gaze going in towards the ceiling. Draw yourself back in. And again over to the other side. Super. Let's go one last time to each side here. Let's move with control, remembering that little pause. And over to the other side. You might find that the more you do this, the further you can go as your spine and your muscles warm up. All right, let's take our feet back to hip distance apart. We're going to do a gorgeous single leg stretch now, which sometimes if we go into a head up version, can be really taxing for your core, but this is actually just really soothing. We're going to take it slow. We're going to enjoy that movement of bringing our legs in and stretching the opposite leg out. So double check your neutral spine and pelvis. Slide your hand under if you can. Just think when you go into this movement, you don't want to be imprinting, so there should be no change through your spine. Shoulders relax down. Tuck your shoulder blades underneath you if you've let them come up around your ears. And float your legs in one at a time into a double knee fold. Going to reach our hands up, so your hands are either side of your knees, and just take your knees slightly further apart. Okay, keeping your head down on the mat and your tummy muscles engaged, we'll breathe in. And as we breathe out, let's stretch one leg away from us. As we draw the opposite knee in towards us with our hands, being careful not to rock your pelvis back. Inhale to swap and exhale to fully extend that leg. Going again, so really enjoying the openness across the front of your hip and this crease at the hip flexor. Going again, so again you might start quite stiff, but as we go on, you're going to be releasing tension. Your muscles are going to be getting warmer as well, and the synovial fluid that surrounds our joints starts to warm up and get more runny, so it's more effective. Good, let's go again. Breathing out and in and out and in. Good. Keep your elbows wide, keep your shoulders down. Remember to breathe wide and full into your rib cage. And we're going to do 2 more times. Super. Then bring your leg back in, and you can give yourself a little bit of a rock and hug from side to side, enjoying how this feels. Super. Okay, placing your feet back down. Now we're going to get into our mobilization again. The sun's come out. It's really hot on my feet, but nowhere else. So lovely neutral position, head supported by your little cushion, and take your arms down beside you. So we're going to go into a spine curl. So what we're going to do is rock back and then bone by bone, lift ourselves up from the floor and keep our hips high. So this is really nice for mobilizing our spine, getting some gorgeous movement through that. Again, great for releasing tension. And so we'll breathe in. And as we breathe out, we're going to rock back into the mat, engage your glute muscles and try and lift your spine off the floor, one bone at a time, all the way up to the top until your hips are nice and high. Holding here, keep your shoulders down and relaxed. And then as we breathe out again, imprint your spine, rolling down one bone at a time, all the way onto the floor and come back to neutral. So let's go again, breathing in. And breathing out, rolling back, engaging your glute muscles. One bone at a time, lifting off. So we're doing this really mindfully, really bringing your mind into your body. So you're really connecting through there. And we're aiming to keep our hips level at all times as well. So rather than one hip leading, your hip should remain level. We're going all the way up and coming down. Super. Let's do 3 more like this. Rocking back, imprinting and lifting all the way up one bone at a time. Coming down, nice and slowly. And our final one, rolling up. And let's lengthen back down onto the floor again and come back through to our neutral position. Okay, we're going to roll over onto our sides now and do some really gorgeous shoulder release. So we're going to come into some chalk circles. I'm really sorry about the lighting. Wasn't expecting the sun to come out and make it all crazy. So we're going to get a couple of cushions together to support our head, and then lie back down on your sides, knees at 90 degrees, arms out in front of you, and head supported by your cushions. So just check that your shoulders, your hips, your knees, and your ankles are stacked. Take your arms out in front of you. We're going to go into a lovely chalk circle. So with this arm, we're going to start drawing a big circle around us, turning your head as you go, rotating through your rib cage, and coming back. So we're going to try and keep our hips facing forward, so we can really focus on that gorgeous twist through our spine. You're also going to get openness across the front of your chest. And really beautiful movement at that shoulder as well. So if you find that you hold tension in your shoulders when you get worried, this is just going to be really nice to help mobilize them. And you're also going to improve your posture as well. So win-win. Good. Let's move slowly with one breath. Remember to turn your head. Don't worry about how far you can go. If you can't touch the floor as you go down, that's fine. One last one like this. Okay. And then let's reverse the movement. So this time we're going the other way. Taking our hand across our thigh first of all. Reaching all the way around, up and over. Keeping our core muscles coming in to support our spine from the mat. Lovely, and one last one. Super, bring our arms back together, and then we're going to come over onto the other side. Do the same on the other arm. So swapping yourself around and setting yourself up, knees at 90 degrees, hips, knees, shoulders stacked, just super bright. Toe muscles coming in to support you, arms together. And let's start drawing those really lovely big circles around us. And again, you might find that one side is easier than the other. I don't know if you heard that, but my shoulder doing a really big crack. Clearly needed this movement. So again, throughout this movement, keep your hips facing forward. Think about that lovely rotation through your spine. Good. One more in this direction, reaching through your fingers. And let's go the other way. So circling over our thighs, back behind us, arm traveling over your ear, coming back together. Circling around again, lovely, and 2 more. And our final one, circling around. And bring your hands back together. Okay, so we're going to push ourselves back up to sitting. Hopefully you can still see me. And sit any way that feels good for you. So toe muscles engaged, knees folded if you can. Okay, take our arms out to our sides. Let's breathe in and breathe out. Reach our arm all the way up and over. Okay, so a lovely side body stretch. Inhale, restack, and float your arm down, and let's go on the other side. So keeping your body still, reaching through your hand, lifting up and over. Really smoothly. Just focus on lengthening up through your spine, trying to lift up and out of your rib cage. Good. And again on the other side, arm coming up and over. Really enjoy the side stretch, opening out your rib cage. And our final one, all the way up and over. Good. So coming back through to center. And let's go both arms together. So just reaching up all the way to the ceiling. Circle your arms around you and come down. And our final one, we're going to go all the way up, reaching through our fingers, circling down around. And that is it. So I hope that you have enjoyed these exercises. They've been a little bit more slow, not so challenging, but just really nice to get your body moving, get your mind engaged with your body, and hopefully feel a lot better than you did when you started. Bye.